Hello everyone, this time I'll be showing you how to restore the system to factory settings on MSI CR610 laptop. I've got one here in my bedroom, so let's open it. And if you've got the system there already, so there's a Windows installed. However, I'll just show you how to restore it to factory settings. So if you have a system on your laptop for a while and it starts to go slow, or it's not performing as you wish it would, you can restore it back to factory settings. You can see over here there's some sort of file system check, so I'll just cancel that. So yeah, as you can see, my Windows is at the moment very slow. It's just loading forever. It's not doing much. So right, okay. So instead of just waiting for it to load, I'll just show you what to do in order to get it back to factory settings, how to reinstall your Windows. As you can see, I've got some stuff over here that I've already backed up to a second hard drive. Just bear in mind that once you will restore your system to factory settings, you won't be able to access that information. So whatever you have on your laptop, first back it up and then start the restore procedure. So let's do it now. Let's just switch the laptop off. So let's click on shut down. I won't be actually waiting for it. It takes forever. Right, so what you have to do now is to switch on your laptop and keep on holding the F3 key to get to factory settings. So I'm just switching it on now, and I'm keep on holding the key F3. So that will, yes. So now we have a Windows Boot Manager over here, where you can see that there's a Windows setup, which is coming from recovery partition. Just bear in mind that if hard drive in your laptop was changed to a different hard drive and it's not containing that original partition with a Windows recovery on it, you won't be able to access it. However, this laptop I have over here comes with the hard drive as it was since new. It wasn't exchanged ever, so it contains original factory partition with the recovery system on it. So by clicking F3 we have accessed it, and now it's loading the recovery manager. So as you can see over here, there's a system recovery option with MSI recovery manager. So let's click on that, and now we've got a final warning that this action will get your system back to default settings. All files and settings on C drive will be lost. So bear that in mind. As I've said before, if you have anything on your hard drive, just back it up prior to doing this procedure. And once you've got this all done, let's just carry on from this step. So we are clicking on OK, and now we've got another warning that all the files will be lost on the hard drive. And after clicking OK, this starts the restore procedure. So we've got actually a warning, quite important as well, because if you run on a battery and this procedure will get interrupted at some point, you might not be able to load your system back. So make sure you've got it running on AC, that nothing will interrupt the recovery process. And now the procedure just carries on. So you can see that there's something going on. The system is being restored, and all your files that you had on your C drive are disappearing. The new system is getting loaded, and you should have your Windows as it originally was on your laptop after some time. So yeah, so now your system is getting recovered. It's basically getting installed from the recovery partition. So there's a recovery partition on the hard drive where the system resides, and then this little hidden partition is used to actually move all the files back to the C drive. So C drive is getting wiped out, new system is getting set up on it, and all the drivers are already loaded as they were originally, so you don't have to install anything. Your system will come in a configuration as it was when it was originally purchased, and after waiting for a while you should see your system booting up. Recovery procedure have started. It was actually waiting for a while on the previous screen. I was wondering what's going on. So if you experience that, just don't worry about anything. It will start recovering files after waiting for a bit. And now as you can see, there is a progress bar. All the files are getting restored. And after this procedure, it should be Windows back again on your laptop. Unfortunately, what I found is that the system on this laptop that was Windows 7 32-bit, and because that's only 32-bit version, the system isn't working very quick on it. I was using this laptop with a Windows 10 on it, and it was actually working quite well, so it was relatively quick. I mean, as for today's standard, so using of this laptop was comfortable. However, on a factory Windows 7, I'm finding it quite slow. So if you receive this laptop with original 32-bit Windows 7 on it, just to install something better on it, I would recommend to upgrade it to something like 64-bit version, or just upgrade it to Windows 10, because it will make it working far more better than the original 32-bit system was. Because I found that my browser, even when I had 4 GB of RAM in it, was working diabolically slow, and at the same time other programs that I was using on Windows 10 weren't quick enough, which was surprising because I was thinking that on a Windows 7 it will be working quicker because you don't need that many resources. However, I think that 64-bit version is using that AMD processor a bit better, because AMD processors are optimized to perform in 64-bit environment a bit better, so I do recommend installing a 64-bit version. However, if you want to run your original 32-bit system, just here is the procedure how to do this. It's actually quite an interesting configuration. I mean, this laptop is an interesting configuration because it works with ATI chipset, so there's a ATI integrated graphics card in it. That's ATI Radeon 4200, which is utilizing a shared memory from the laptop. It's not a dedicated graphics card like on some other MSI laptop. It's just a built-in one. And processor, that's AMD Athlon M300, which is, I believe, something like AMD Athlon 2 or similar. It's supporting the 64-bit architecture, and I think that's actually a 2-core processor, or that's 1 core but with 2 threads, so it's kind of like it's some sort of equivalent to Intel Core Duo or Core 2 Duo, and it's performing quite well with 64-bit applications. However, in a 32-bit environment it's not that great. And I must admit as well that in case of MSI laptops, the quality of production is quite good. It's like, check this out. This laptop is something like 10 years old, and even by looking from the design perspective, it still looks quite okay, I would say. Maybe it is a bit thicker than you would expect from modern laptop to be, but I believe look-wise it's still on a good side of laptops rather than looking awkwardly old. So it's 2019 when I'm making this video, and it's still kind of like usable in terms of how quickly it goes, but at the same time it got really nice touchpad. It's not slippery, and performance wise it's like a normal laptop that you can use on a daily basis. Nothing amazing at the moment, but when it was produced obviously it was a top spec. What's quite interesting with those old MSIs is that they started producing them with 16-inch screens. So when the industry standard was to make laptops that contain 15.6-inch screens, they were just making 16s, so that's 16-inch widescreen. Comparing with the normal one, 15.6-inch screen, this one is less wide, so you can see a bit more from the top and a bit more from the bottom of the screen, which is quite interesting because it gives you a bit more of a viewing space, whilst the size of the laptop is basically the same as 15.6-inch. So I believe that gives better experience during the games and movies and when you're using it. It actually says over here there's a HD display, so there are some. So they were definitely using the quality displays when they've been making those laptops, as these were literally dedicated for this model. We're on about half of a installation right now, and as you can see, it's about 17 minutes and it's something like 47.6% done. It's getting nearly 50 now. So I believe the whole procedure, it takes just only over half an hour to restore the system. So it's definitely not long, and actually, check this out. Look, 17 minutes, and it said your Windows operating system has been installed completely. Please click OK and restart your system. So check this out. Only 17 minutes, and we got our system already completely restored on this laptop. Compared with a normal installation where it takes something like half an hour to actually restore it or to install the system on it. So that was really quick. I'm really impressed over here. That's really well done, MSI. So yeah, that's a big moment. Just that a bit of waiting at this point to see if the operating system is there as it's supposed to be. So now the Windows is starting. You can see Windows logo appearing. So it's just not loading like it normally would, like it would be normally just installed over there. I believe that for the first start it might just do some additional things, or it might load a bit longer. So let's just wait and see. Now services are starting. So obviously there are some after setup tasks that Windows have to perform. So that's what's going on right now. Yeah, so that's what I was expecting. There's some after setup tasks that Windows is performing in order to get the laptop to the state where we can use it. It's actually taking a while. Okay, now it's installing devices. I can hear the hard drive just working hard at the moment, so it's probably nearly done. We're not far off. Actually, there's a percentage over here that tells us how much is done now. Now there are some sort of system settings which are applied. It's practically like when you have the laptop which is brand new and it comes from the shop and you're opening it for the first time, and then it's doing some sort of setup just before you can start using it. It just feels like it. Now it says that it will restart itself. Well, it's not restarting yet. It just keeps on doing something. Okay, and there's a restart. And now Windows is loading back again. I must admit I'm quite impressed about the whole procedure, because it took something like half an hour in total from the moment when I pressed the F3 key to start the restoration process of the original system, and now after about half an hour the system is already installed and the final touches. So it's pretty quick. It don't take much to actually reinstall it. All you have to do is to click button twice or 3 times and then it does everything for you. So look, now it's already preparing the laptop for the first use. So there's again some sort of final settings that are set up now, and I believe we should see a desktop quite soon. Alright, the screen has flickered, and hey, check this out. We've got a freshly installed Windows. Now we can choose the language we want to have on it. So now we are clicking next. Now there are some settings about the time, region and currency used. So I've just set that. Let's click on next. And now it's asking us to set the username. So here we go. That's my MSI. Let's click on next. There's license to accept. Let's click on next. Now we have settings about updates, how we want to receive our update. So I'll just go and use the recommended settings because I want to have just my normal settings for the updates, nothing special. Here's a time zone. So my time zone is not set right. So I'll just quickly update that. So here we go. So the time is right. And here is my network. so I can put my network key, but for now I'll just skip it, so I can just do it later. But if you want to sign up to your Wi-Fi network, you can do it right away at this screen. And here's the information that the setup will continue after restarting, so you probably have to restart itself once again. Yeah, as I've said before, on that 32-bit Windows Home Premium, it's really not very quick. Just like everything takes forever, even when you're just restarting the laptop. And okay, I believe that's the final restart right now. And after it, we should see the actual desktop with the Windows installed. Alright, I've seen the cursor, but now it's again preparing for the first use. I'm just wondering what it's doing over there, like, you know, behind the scenes. Is it setting some things, or I don't know, setting my user account or something? Alright, I can see the cursor, black screen with the cursor on it. Check this out. And now we are just waiting for it to come up. Spinning wheel. Another spinning wheel. And we've got the welcome screen. So here we go. We've got the Windows installed. It comes with quite a nice original MSI desktop background. Okay, and auto activation. So yeah, I just agree to it. So we have the virus right away. Some more personalized settings. I mean, antivirus, well, really, it's like, you know, 10 years old. That's quite interesting. Oh well, that's what they choose. So yeah, if you think about how much time it takes to actually set this laptop up from the beginning of the installation, from the moment when we've loaded the installer, it's actually about 45 minutes now. I was quite impressed at the beginning, thinking that it will take about half an hour to set the laptop up, but looking at it, it's not really that. It's actually taking it much longer. You have to have at least 45-50 minutes for the whole setup procedure from the beginning to the end. And oh, here we go. That's our desktop. So by default, we have a user manual, we have a webcam companion, burn recovery help, magic eye visual effects. I'm wondering what that is. Microsoft Office 60 days version, MSI burn recovery, my Bluetooth. There's Norton antivirus, and the system recovery. I'm actually quite keen on what are those system recovery things over here. Hold on. I'm actually keen on. Right, so yeah, now we have to wait for the icon to appear. So that's magic eye visual effects. That's the visual effects for the webcam. So when you can chat with someone, you might be looking like, you know, just sitting somewhere in the fields of roses or something like that. And all the other things are pretty much self-explaining. So you can just burn your recovery on a CD or a DVD, so you could use it in the future. That you don't have to use the partition. You might just use the recovery CD or whatever it will make for you, and recover this laptop back to original settings. Right, so I think that will be it for this video. I've got my system on this MSI recovered. It's really painful, so as you can see, it comes with a nice MSI badge. So that's the configuration of this laptop I was using for this video. So thanks everyone for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or like it, and enjoy your day. Bye.